But no, this is actually, in my opinion, pretty interesting. And this is how the news cycle works, right? We spend a lot of time talking about something that's upcoming before it's released, make predictions, what we think the reactions will be. That ends up happening. It ends up flopping. And sometimes we get a lot of drama that comes from that. And in this case, in the case of Snow White, after we watched for months and months of lead up, knowing that this thing was going to be a catastrophe, knowing the ticking time bomb that Rachel Zegler has been for a long, long time, it wasn't even out a full week before Disney tried to blame her for all of the failures for Snow White. And I do think if you're looking at one specific person to blame, it 100% is Rachel Zegler. There's no doubt about that. There's no doubt that she caused a wave of backlash and controversy and negative attention for this movie 2 years before it even came out. However, Disney's certainly not without blame because they are the ones who cast her. They are the ones who are proud to announce that they're casting a Latino to play Snow White because they're just so woke and virtuous. They are the ones who completely changed the story and removed all the meaning from the original and replaced it with bullshit. They are the ones who decided to use the terrifying, horrifying CGI dwarves. Disney deserves a lot of blame as well. But if you're looking for public relations and the person involved, why this is as big of a catastrophe as it is, look no further than Rachel Zegler. But the media is not very happy that Disney is blaming Rachel Zegler. Daily Beast, how Disney tried to save Snow White by silencing Rachel Zegler. Slash
and it
film.
Didn't even work.
It did not. It was too little too late. It was fucking 2 years too late. Rachel Zegler is innocent. Why the internet is so incredibly wrong about one of our most promising actors from Slash Film. Paul Tassi getting in on the action. A bad movie, not Rachel Zegler, is to blame for Snow White bombing. And predictably, we've seen a lot of Rachel Zegler's fans come out there to defend her and say it's Gal Gadot's fault for the movie bombing. The movie's failure rests entirely on Gal Gadot being a talentless and genocidal. The movie didn't do well because of talentless, genocide-supporting rapist Gal Gadot.
Wow.
I don't know where that one came from.
I don't know either.
I am
Taking
not
Wonder
sure.
Woman 1984 a little bit too seriously.
Maybe that's true. Maybe that's where they're getting that line from. And look, I actually remember some of the very same similar backlash from similar groups of people when Gal Gadot was cast as Wonder Woman because she was Israeli, because she was IDF, because of all these things. Shockingly, that movie went on to make almost $1 billion. So I don't know why I didn't tank that movie if it's her fault for this happening here. But yeah, fuck y'all, fuck Gal, fuck genocide and free Palestine. A hit piece on an actress staunch in her beliefs against genocide. Fuck y'all. And now, because one of the stories that Disney put out this massive story that they sent the producer out there to try to talk to Rachel Zegler and tell her how what she's doing, her comments, linking her political views with the promotion of the movie specifically was harming the movie. She didn't want to fucking listen, didn't want to listen.
She does not care. She doesn't care if she hurts everybody else's career because she thinks that because she is a woman and because she fits into these diversity and inclusion checkboxes, she'll keep getting hired no matter what. But I definitely don't think that's going to happen with failure after failure after failure, especially with all of the social media posts that can be used against her now.
Yeah, and this is not the case with someone standing on their beliefs. This is an entitled, spoiled brat.
Yes.
Right? Who gives no fucking shits. That's really who this is. 23-year-old Rachel Zegler. But now, the son of that producer is coming out there and made a statement on Instagram. He's now getting piled on by people. But he explicitly went out there and confirmed that this story is true. That exactly did happen. Snow White producer's son confirms Rachel Zegler controversy, accuses Zegler of narcissism in epic social media takedown. Jonah Platt, son of longtime Hollywood producer Mark Platt of Disney, publicly confirmed his father personally flew to New York to confront Zegler over her now infamous Free Palestine post, which, again, if this is just her putting that stuff out there, it would be one thing, whether you agree with it or disagree with it. She connected that to the promotion of the trailer for Snow White.
Yeah.
When Gal Gadot, her co-star, was getting some death threats and backlash from some people in that community, right? That's what she did. when you connect it to a movie like that, that is a completely different story. And here's what he said. Your dad flew to New York to reprimand a young actress. Any words on this? Because that's creepy as hell, is uncalled for. People have the right to free speech. No. Shame on your father. Jonah Blatt. You really want to do this? Yeah, my dad, the producer of an enormous piece of Disney IP with hundreds of millions of dollars on the line, had to leave his family to fly across the country to reprimand his 20-year-old employee for dragging her personal politics into the middle of promoting the movie for which she signed a multi-million-dollar contract to get paid and do publicity for. This is called adult responsibility and accountability. And her actions clearly hurt the film's box office.
Oh, yeah.
Now he is being attacked by the Rachel Zegler army. And again, a lot of these people, whatever their political beliefs may be, they might say fucking from the river to the sea, Palestine must be free. But if they headed over with the rainbow flags in their bios, they'd immediately get stoned or thrown off a fucking building in all likelihood. But to each their own. But a lot of those people, including Cosmic Marvel, you can tell from this headline how they feel about this entire situation. Nepo baby and failed actor Jonah Blatt responds to reports that his dad traveled to New York to convince Rachel Zegler to delete her tweet supporting Palestine. And you can see how some of the Gal Gadot is why this film is doing bad. Honestly, I think it's hypocritical to pile onto Rachel when Gal Gadot has also been known to put out her political opinion. The fact that Gal Gadot has been just as vocal and they're trying to blame Rachel for this, LMAO. Look, Gal Gadot has not connected that to the promotion of the movie. And I think that is kind of an important difference, but that's just my opinion, I guess.
Yeah. No, I ultimately agree.
Like, I think that in my ideal world, I would love to not have any idea what type of political opinions that any actor has.
Yeah, but that's inevitable.
Right. And I don't think that that's a reality now in this era with social media the way it is and all this shit. However, I do think there's like two very important rules that you should follow. Is one, if you are going to comment on these things, you have to do so in a way that doesn't alienate the other half of people. Like if you don't fucking like Donald Trump and you're critical of Donald Trump and you're saying vote for Kamala, that's one thing. It's another thing to say, fuck all Donald Trump supporters. I don't need you showing up to my movies.
Yeah.
That's what Rachel Zegler said.
Mm-hmm.
And it's another thing. The other rule that I think you should have to play by is that whatever your political views are, you can't connect it to these movies that you're actively making and promoting. So if Gal Gadot had gone out there and tweeted out, hey guys, check out the trailer for Snow White. Also, by the way, Palestine shouldn't exist, right? That would have been massive backlash surrounding that because of the connection that she's making to the movie.
Yeah.
That's what I think should be the bare minimum for these people to understand the repercussions that it can have. And I get it. You might not like Gal Gadot. There's a handful of loud people that don't like Gal Gadot. But if you think that she has been a bigger problem or more controversy or why more people are staying away from this movie than Rachel Zegler has, you are a fucking retarded bitch. Like, you just are stupid.
Preach.
That's our Rachel Zegler Snow White segment of the day.